Voila! A day on France's most famous boulevard, the Champs-Élysées, begins at the Place de la Concorde. Adrien Stalter takes tourists down these fabled cobblestones in a 1980s vintage car.
The Champs-Élysées is the most beautiful boulevard in the world. At least that's what Parisians say. It's certainly a lovely place to go for a stroll.
On a stretch only 2 kilometers long, the Champs-Élysées is lined with cafes and movie theaters, buildings in the style created by Georges Eugène Haussmann, and hundreds of shops. But Adrien's favorite spot has nothing to do with all of that. It's an unassuming building that most people just pass by, the Hôtel de la Païva.
This is the most beautiful, the most authentic building on the Champs-Élysées. It was the most expensive in all of Paris in its day, built in the 1850s for a schemer nicknamed Païva.
It's where the courtesan threw her legendary parties. Today, the building belongs to a private club, so few get to glimpse its interior. What a pity, also because of this stairway made of yellow onyx. It's one of a kind. And this is the first time Adrien has ever seen it.
Very impressive, truly enchanting. I've only ever seen it on the internet. I'm quite taken with it.
Païva had her house built when the Champs-Élysées was the epitome of Parisian elegance. In the 19th and 20th centuries, the magnificent avenue became the top address for grand public events. When Paris was liberated from the Nazis, Charles de Gaulle marched down the Champs-Élysées, and today it's still the venue for military parades on July 14th, the national holiday Bastille Day. It's also the destination of the Tour de France, and this is where French soccer fans celebrated their World Cup victory in 1998. If you want to see the entire boulevard, start out at the Place de la Concorde. Continue along the gardens, and soon you'll reach the stretch that's famous the world over, a shopper's paradise lined with boutiques. The Champs-Élysées is part of a straight line traversing the western part of the city, an axis of monuments that ends at the Arc de Triomphe. But even Adrien admits his beloved boulevard has changed over the years.
The Champs-Élysées has lost much of its authenticity. The big labels open shops here because they have to be here. It's lost a lot of variety over the past 20 years.
But for tourists, it's still a must-see. They also come for the treats at La Durée, which is especially famous for its macaroons. Each flavor has a different color. Tourists also flock here to the fashion emporiums, now dominated by the big international labels. Rising rents have long since driven out the small boutiques. Car makers are here too, hoping to draw in the many pedestrians. Citroën's showroom beckons with modern architecture, an unusual display, and a slide right through the middle. But they say it's worth it.
Citroën is a brand from Paris. We have to be on the Champs-Élysées. This street is famous all over the world and it attracts huge numbers of people. We want everybody to know us.
So, presence here is about prestige. For generations, the Arc de Triomphe was celebrated as the crowning glory of the French nation. But many younger people no longer share that mystique.
It doesn't mean much to me. We're part of the European Union. It's all folklore. The Champs-Élysées is like the restaurants or the Eiffel Tower. It stands for France, but it's not a symbol of greatness.
The legend of the Champs-Élysées has been celebrated for more than 2 centuries, and it's still France's most famous boulevard. Some would say the most famous in the world.